this is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Dove Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Tony, welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony. Good.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knockem Dead Radio Show. They're gonna keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
It's a boy. It's a boy, Mrs. Walker. It's a boy.
So yeah, her favorite character is Thor. So I'm like, the little one. I'm like, really, it's not Captain America? You sure? Or the Hulk?
My son had a Thor phase. He's still kind of there. But yeah, when he was younger, he wore a Thor costume for Halloween.
Well, the T-shirt that she wears for like dress like your favorite superhero is the Thor Lebowski T-shirt. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
We ready?
Oh yeah, we're on.
I figured. Yeah.
It's like those old classic PBS shows where it starts and we're just having a conversation.
Exactly.
And
Right. Yes.
Hi.
there.
Welcome to the Knockem Dead comedy radio show.
Much more like a BBC kind of thing. Welcome to Discussion Hour on the BBC.
Right.
We've got lots of things to talk about today.
I'm Nigel Buttersworth. And today we're talking with Mr. Bob and Twist, Derek Muterspaw. Derek.
Hello.
Why do you consider yourself an assailant of the Church of England? Yeah. Because it's always like a super serious subject. Like.
Well, it's a very deep, swampish conversation, but...
As my colleague Stephen Fry is apt to say...
Tony says, I had a show, I've lost my show, I'm just going to sit here and ride the wave.
I'm fine with that. I actually get 2 weeks off between this and then next
Laura's
week when
coming.
Laura's coming next week. I get 2 weeks off. I just get
my comedy sister.
All right.
Laura Patton.
All right.
Sorry, man.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, guys. Hey. Look, there's a show.
Wow. It's going to be a good show. We have our pal Derek is here. When was the last time? It hasn't been that long, but it's been.
It was like that summer, wasn't it?
I ran in on my birthday last year, and that was on the 7th of July, and I think I snuck in one more time before the summer was out.
Right.
So yeah. So
it's been almost a year.
Well, it's been
Give or take
9 months.
Holy crap!
It's that working in a school schedule. Tony.
The better part of a year.
Yeah.
So
so Derek
you can have
is
a
here.
child in the time since the last time I was here to now.
I hope not.
Maybe you could.
Ooh,
Look at that. It's like Irish twins, your appearance.
Yeah, right.
Twice within 12 months.
Exactly.
And Dom DiBari will be here shortly. It's his birthday yesterday, but he likes to come in every year.
Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Tomorrow is
is it tomorrow or Sunday?
Sunday is my birthday. Yes.
Right. Sorry, I was going to pick you up chocolate, but I think I ate it. I got pretty high.
He doesn't want chocolate. He wants burgers. That's it. And from 4 places in all of Long Island.
No salt or pepper. It burns my tongue.
No, I'm all right with salt. I don't add any salt. I'm cool without salt, but if it's on,
You're not cool at all.
Well, no, there's nothing cool about me at all, especially as I get older with my birthday coming. Yeah. There was nothing cool about me ever, and
I definitely yesterday
older,
when you were talking to Frank, which by the way, that guy Andrew Lubman was amazing.
Oh yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed listening to that guy.
Oh, cool.
People should watch back if they haven't watched.
I got part of that yesterday.
Fuck, I have no clue what I was saying.
He did get yesterday, apparently.
Talking about getting older. Talking about
that
cool.
you seem to really like. It was like Frank's like got you the present at the end. Great shirt that he got. For you.
Yeah.
And just you seemed like to want nothing to do with talking about your birthday. Yeah, it's Sunday, but anyway, like I was saying,
it's never been a big deal to me ever.
No,
Even when I was a kid.
Likewise.
The only time was during COVID when we were doing all those drive-bys. But so I did say to Sally at the time, I said I would like a drive-by. I was turning 50, so I thought it was monumental. But also it was the only way I was going to see anybody.
Right.
So because I remember Shevlin was getting on me, like who asked for their own drive-by? Who asked for their own?
I remember because I think I was gonna do it, but there was another drive-by we had to do for one of my kids' teachers.
Oh, that's way more important.
No, I know. That's why we did it.
Well, I didn't know about this drive-by for you, Tony. I would have been there.
It was because it was kind of early. Well, yeah, it would have.
I would have brought the balloons. I was doing that during COVID. I was giving balloons to drive-bys.
We were only a month and a half into the lockdown.
Quarantine.
So it was.
Rich Walker came by, and Joey Petroni came.
Well, Rich Walker, isn't he your cousin or something?
No, his last name isn't even Walker. That son of a bitch. He stole my name.
No, his cousin is Jimmy Walker.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
And Herschel.
Never. Do you understand what I'm wearing? Do you understand? You bring up the wrong man at this point in time. It's all right. Football draft was
It's
was
funny
last night.
because at no point since you've been in there was that visible.
No, I know.
I know. That's why I was surprised.
I distracted with this.
I thought you were gonna like blow yourself up or something.
No.
No, that was Benny.
No.
Now I'm looking at the shirt though.
Yeah.
That's a new drawing.
This is new. Yeah,
That's cool. I like that one. That's in the coloring book, isn't it?
It's gonna be in the new.
Oh, it's gonna be in the new one.
The new one.
The new, this is a Bill Main. Bill Main is amazing. He this is his style. He does this retro. I like to call it bomber style kind of cartoony work, and he does a lot of work in wrestling. And so I was like, okay, if I'm going to have a guy who does a lot of work in pro wrestling, and so that's why it's like a little bit of everything. And and he did it when I was a little heavier, and my hair was a little longer. So it's not exactly right, but it all works out. So
and the lettering is perfect.
Oh, the lettering.
Yeah.
So this version is the T-shirt version that he colored for me. The version for the coloring book is slightly different. So that he added.
Yeah, as in it doesn't have color.
Right. And it has
a coloring book.
And it has images that you can also color.
Yeah,
in
awesome.
Well,
cool. It's a cool fucking drawing.
No, it's great. And so I rep for myself all the time, and why not, right? You know?
Yeah. Well, you got it. Who else is gonna?
It's true.
Not me.
But no. I pay this guy. It's ridiculous. It's a waste of money. But
well, we could promote the Into the Woods production that is coming up.
We can promote that.
Starring.
Oh gosh, no. Featuring would be a
guest spot.
I'm playing Cinderella's father. If you're familiar with the show, that's all I have to say.
Wait, I guess. Oh, I'm not. I guess Into the Woods.
Into the Woods is Sondheim, arguably one of his best musicals. It's not. I mean, people have other ones that they put above it, but commercially, Into the Woods was one of the most successful ones.
Like I remember when it came out and being like, I'd like to go see that, but I'm also not a huge fan of musicals,
and that's okay. We can still be friends.
Yeah, but to do theater on Long Island growing up, we've often said this. Yeah, even if you're not into doing musicals, you have to do musicals because there's nowhere else that you can go. You're not fucking 8 years old doing the Glass Menagerie. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Yeah, Long Island is full of dance classes, and I make the joke that it's a
and karate dojos.
Yeah, I was gonna say soccer teams, but it's the same idea. Yeah. That when I didn't. It's like when you buy a red car, then you see all the red cars.
Yes.
I moved to Long Island. I didn't think about it when it was just my nieces and nephews. And when I started having my own kids, I'm like, okay. All the girls go to dance class for at least 3 to 5 years. Yep. Some go further than that. Yes. And every kid tries at least soccer one time and lacrosse one time.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm from Pennsylvania. Well, I grew up in Pennsylvania. That's football country,
right?
So that's a different story. But Into the Woods is Sondheim musical. It's based in the fairy tale land. It's got Cinderella, the baker's wife, the witch, Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood. It's basically his deconstruction of the fairy tale idea. So the first act is a Sondheim fairy tale, and in the second act the wheels fall off.
Right.
But so it's a great show. The music is memorable, and I've done the show once before a long time ago.
Where is it going to be?
It's going to be at the Star Playhouse, Stage 74, and it's in Comac at the Suffolk Jewish Community Center.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they have a program there called Stage 74, and Star Playhouse is the people who they do a variety of shows throughout the year.
Right.
I've never heard of this theater.
Yeah.
The Jewish Center, I know.
Yes,
because I have to drive by there to get to one of my customers.
Okay.
But
there's a theater when you walk right in the main door of the community center. There's a theater right behind it.
Cool.
Okay. So it's the first time I auditioned for the show because my wife and kids told me I had to. They did.
That'll do it.
Wanted you out of the house?
Yeah. No. It's been. I mean, I don't know how far deep you want to go in the situation, but I hadn't done. for the last 13 years. Well, 13 years in June will be Mr. Pop and Twist's 13th anniversary.
Oh, very nice.
So, and
5 more years and Mr. Pop and Twist is totally legal for everything.
That's it.
For
Family
everything.
friendly in a lot of ways. No, but
Family style more like.
But yeah. So and part of my goal was, okay, I put everything into it. So it's like, okay, Mr. Pop and Twist is going to be a brand. So I'm gonna go, and if I do something creative, I want to be Mr. Pop and Twist related, because I was trying to build this brand. And after a dozen years of trying to build the brand, you get to the point where you're like, how far can I honestly push this?
Right.
And sacrifice other things.
Yeah.
So so back in September, I did a show with some friends. They did a stage reading of a puppet a musical, children's musical with puppets,
right?
Which is in my wheelhouse,
right.
And they kind of recruited me to come in.
Yeah, I love fisting too,
and so work you like a puppet. Anyway, so we I did that with them, and as I was saying before, what happens is once you open up that door, other people start thinking, oh, can you be part of this? So I did the show with my friends in the stage reading, and then my other friends who I've worked with numerous times in the past and did shows with them, they were doing a musical concert in a church. They wrote a musical. They basically wrote their own Christmas pageant. That's their own version of a Christmas pageant.
Oh, wow.
So with original music, original songs.
Jesus has a gun.
I mean, it might be in the rewrite. I'm not sure.
Watch out for that lightning.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't stand there gawking. Like you've never seen the hand of God before.
Monty
Python.
But they wrote this. It was called Babe of Bethlehem, and they wrote this thing. So they did this concert, and they recruited me to come in and sing. In this, they had basically a chorus that sang a number of songs, and then each member of the chorus had one solo. And so I had a solo song in that.
And he's going to sing it for you now.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Actually, they recorded it, and I extricated just my song from the recording, and I'm just waiting on permission to post it because it's not my stuff. It's
right.
And I don't.
Who wrote it?
Brian and Lena Smith.
Okay.
So
these are my friends.
Right.
Oh well, my friend is Brian. I grew up with Brian performing arts at Comstock.
Okay.
He was a year older than me.
All right. Yeah, I've known Brian for, I mean, oh my God, 15 years.
Well, I've known him since like
You've
1989.
you got it. You got the win. But
1989. That's when Dom was born. And Dom, who'll be walking in here soon.
89. 89. I was in high school.
September 89 was the beginning of my 9th grade year.
All right.
I am so old.
I got to think about that.
Yeah.
My math skills aren't the greatest.
See, that's the great thing about being born in 75 is because the last year in September is the year that the last digit of the year is the
I like that
year I'm in.
Yeah,
89.
Okay.
So I think there's your friend.
Yep, Dom is here.
Happy birthday!
Hey, happy birthday!
Hi, Joe.
Birthday.
Joe and Dom. Of course, if he wants. Did you ask him if
he
wants
pay the $50?
Is he in the union?
Did he pay the $50?
Because
sit on the couch. Joe. I got a camera
Tony
on the
is all
couch.
about the union. So if he's not in the union, we have to have a conversation.
Right.
That's right.
But no, anyway, so long story short, I had done these things, and my wife and kids were like, okay, you're enjoying theater again, you're enjoying performing again in a way that's not Mr. Pop and Twist, taking that shackle off, because it is when you're leading with that, you got to kind of live inside that world.
Right. Yes.
So they were like, so this opportunity came up. A friend that I've worked with for years is directing. Another friend that I've known for years is music directing. So my wife Alice was like, you should audition for the show. I auditioned for the show, and I had the most god awful, horrendous audition I've had in my entire life.
Really?
And as theater folk and whatnot, you'll understand this. I went in. I had to start my audition song 3 times because I couldn't remember the lyrics of the song.
What song were you singing?
I actually did a song from the Broadway version of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels called Dirty Rotten Number, which is a great tune. And it fit the idea because I didn't want to do a Sondheim song, but I want to do something that was in that vein of a Sondheim song. And I hadn't auditioned. I hadn't auditioned in almost 20 years. like I've been recruited to do stuff, and
Right.
I haven't gone into a cattle call audition in so long, and the nerves got the best of me. It was horrible. So I make the joke that Cinderella's father is the role you get when the director knows you, the music director knows you, and you botch your audition.
Yep.
You still get in, but the cast is amazing. So I'm so thrilled to be part of that cast.
Well, and Ariane is producing, directing this.
She's music directing.
Oh, okay. She is a treasure. I love Ariane Huther. She is fantastic. So
Seems difficult to say.
It is. Well, the name Ariane Huther.
Ariane, it's like your mouth is kind of going through everything. Ariane Huther.
Well, then that's a good exercise for diction when you're doing a live show.
Oh, absolutely.
And so when is it again?
Okay, so it is. There are 2 shows on May 11th. There's a 2:00 and an 8:00 show.
Oh, look at you.
I've been answering this question for about 3 weeks.
No, I meant 2 shows one day. That's
so,
professional type shit right there.
Also because Mother's Day is the next day, so there's no Mother's Day show. Then we're doing a 8:00 on the 18th and a 2:00 matinee on the 19th. So it's 4 shows, over 2 weekends, but over 3 days of 2 weekends.
It's kind of like an old school high school.
Very much like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Ken Pichelle is watching. Hello, Ken Pichelle.
Hey, Ken.
Andrew Fremner now. He said, this day and age, cats will soon be going to see a musical called People or Humans. Yeah. Ken Pichelle, youngins, I was in college.
Well, you got to say it like Ken Pichelle.
That's your Ken Pichelle?
Youngins. I was in college. The hair metal years.
We were talking before you got here about 1989, which is the year, coincidentally. You know what? Grab that mic. I'm sorry. I forgot to. There you go.
Was in a weird
Dom
spot.
turned 35 yesterday.
Hey!
Happy birthday again,
guys.
How was the Ducks game?
Freezing.
Was it really that bad?
Yesterday was pretty cold.
It was cold.
Yeah.
We left after 5 innings.
You left after 5 innings. Really? Was that bad?
Cold and windy.
Oh yeah.
We
windy,
saw our own breath. You know,
Really?
like
Was
when
that-
you're cold.
Yeah.
Smoke comes out.
All right. Now wait a minute.
Take a big bong hit. Yeah. No, I totally know what you're talking about.
That's not breath.
100% know what you're talking about.
All right. Now before I do anything else, what'd you do? Did you cover it? Come on. Yeah.
Nice.
Now turn around. What?
What's the blue in honor of?
Papa Smurf. He's a Smurf. Look at this.
I like it. I actually like that. I like that you did only the ends.
I wanted to do something different for 35.
Yeah.
There you go.
So something different for 35. Don't put in a tail. We got to talk about
I'm
this.
going to do something different for 49. Hopefully wake up without groaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, get out of bed.
So you want to
my
do something
blue hair.
different.
It's my El Guapo.
What? So like, when you say you could do something different, I mean, there's so many options. So where did the idea of going blue come from?
I don't know. Did you see my other post yesterday too on Facebook?
I don't pay that much attention to
Okay.
you.
Before they
Use the
did the
internet for
blue,
other things.
before they did the blue,
Oh, you know what? I did the blonde.
blonde hair first.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
they had to bleach it because my hair's dark, so they had to bleach it first.
Been
they had
there.
to bleach it. What?
They got to bleach it to dye it a color.
Yeah.
You've been there?
Yeah, I had to. I dyed my hair. I was badass Billy Gunn for Halloween one year when I was in Korea.
From wrestling, right?
Yeah, of the New Age Outlaws.
Billy Gunn, Mr. Assman.
Yeah, and my roommate was the Road Dogg Jesse James, and he actually grew his hair as long as he could, and he had like kind of very kinky hair, and a black girl down on the first floor braided it for him. So he had all these braids. We looked. I will find the picture.
You were in the
for you.
service. This was Halloween. You didn't have other soldiers beating the shit out of you?
No, we had other soldiers go screaming at us as we walked down the alley in Sungtan, Korea, going "suck it," and we were like rock stars. I've never been that recognized.
Well,
doing
I
something ever in
I'll
my
second
life.
that. You've
That's
never been
all.
that.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, see, he's got
Where's her
he's got
Tony
the
Walker?
voice down.
Well-
I remember that from when I was younger.
That's why I figured this is
Ladies and
perfect
gentlemen,
today. You guys got
D-Generation.
the whole wrestling thing. You guys are all into superheroes. Like, I'm going to sit back and just
I got my
hang on the
Gambit.
couch
I
with
got a
Joe.
Gambit shirt on.
That's the classic.
While we're talking about superheroes, I've
Yeah.
met a couple of them actually. Well,
Well, I guess 3 you might know. You a big Marvel or DC fan better?
I'm more of a DC, but I keep aware, like a old school. I'm an old school 80s geek, so I keep aware of things, but not.
And I was just
so at Comic-Con last year, I met Danielle Parker Baker. No.
Danielle Panica Baker.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I can never say her name right.
Oh, she was Killer Frost.
Yeah, I met her. She was very nice. She let me hug her.
Oh yeah. I have no idea who we're talking.
She's also in Sky High, which I think
yes,
underrated.
Oh yeah, and she's
Sky High
in that too.
I love that movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's an underrated movie, Sky High.
And I met Sasha Banks last year. Mercedes.
Nice. Monet now.
Thank you. Yeah, who plays the Mandalorian, and she's in the Mandalorian in Star Wars.
Yep.
But I think they killed her off.
Sackcloth?
Katie Sackhoff plays the role she played in the cartoon in live action.
Right.
And then Mercedes Monet.
Which one was she?
She's the other female Mandalorian in the episodes where Katie Sackhoff shows up.
She was Sasha Banks
so
before.
she was
Sasha Banks in wrestling.
She's originally Sasha Banks.
She's the blacksmith.
No,
which one is she then?
No, there's the episode when Katie Sackhoff arrives.
No, I'm gonna show.
And she's got like 2 people
about.
behind her when she arrives. She's got like 2 flanking.
Oh right,
people.
there's a dude and
there's
the
a girl.
chick.
The girl is, there you go. That's her.
Oh, nice. Got up right up on that.
Yeah, I met like Kevin Nash.
Jealous.
Kevin Nash is great.
Yeah, it was
Diesel
really
Daddy,
funny.
Baby.
See, the photographer had to stand on a crate to get both of our pictures.
Holy
that guy's
crap.
7 feet tall.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he
7
was
feet tall.
Yeah, I had to look up.
At one point, he was the future.
Have you ever met Mr. Pop and Twist at any of these cons?
At one point,
no, I've met.
But
I met Mantis 2 years ago from Guardians of the Galaxy.
She's hot too. Yeah. Oof.
And I think.
How tall are you? Because
5'1".
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I was hoping she was in my fantasies. She's a lot shorter than what it appeared.
You know what's funny? While we're talking about like shortness, I'm the perfect height. There are a couple of women at Comic-Con where I'm like, you ever see that movie Revenge of the Nerds?
Of course.
Yeah, you know Wormser when he's in the middle of those 2 girls?
Oh, yeah.
I'm perfect height for that for some of them.
Nice.
Perfect height, like according to who, and perfect height for what?
For him?
Yeah, for me.
If you know the scene we're discussing, Tony, it's a perfect.
Oh,
that's amazing.
This is 1998.
Doesn't that look cool, Father?
Yeah.
That was in 1998.
Let me see.
We were doing that.
That's
like he
awesome.
fucking cares.
And
no, I really don't.
I've never had the pleasure to meet Road Dog, but I have met
Billy Gunn.
Billy Gunn. I made a balloon for him, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
You
When
guys go
made
to a lot of cons.
the superhero balloons, right? Was that you or him?
That's me.
Oh, okay.
That's him, yeah.
I didn't wear the.
I saw the.
And he tries, but you know.
I saw the picture.
No, I use the balloons. I don't make them.
And here's one of the other girls I met at Comic-Con a couple of years ago. That's Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Yes.
I've met a lot of. I'm going this year. Probably Thursday and Friday this year.
Cool.
It's in the middle of October.
Yeah.
So I'm
Is
gonna
that one of the ones you go to?
No, I've tried for years to appear there as Mr. Pop and Twist in a professional capacity.
Yeah.
I have appeared there in helping out people who I know who have booths.
Right.
So I've booth babed every so often at their
Booth bombed.
Yeah, but and my friend Michael Kingston who runs Headlock Comics. I've done stuff for him over the last couple of years. Or actually, before I got the job in school, where I actually had my time when it was different.
Yeah.
But since I have a school schedule now, it's much more difficult to get away for Comic-Con in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But
that makes
more
sense.
power to you.
Yeah, dude.
I love going to them this year.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah.
This year, I think I'm going to be Luke Skywalker and Superman.
Nice.
Cool.
With some different.
With blue hair.
No, I'm going to cut it in 2 weeks.
Superman technically had blue highlights in his hair.
True. Yeah. And
Who did?
If
Superman did when he was
the way
the
the art
Yep.
style was
to make his hair that dark, there were blue highlights.
I thought that was just like supposed to be like light reflective or
Right,
something.
which
It
means
is,
which
but
means if
Alright.
it reflects off of it, that means it's blue.
And
yeah, but it's not but it's not like he has technically blue hair.
Thank God you're here, by the way, because otherwise it would be lost as like that's
They
how
know more
blue
than I do on
happens.
that
So I
one.
just don't speak geek, and I'm going to turn the mic off.
That's not geek. That's just straight science right there.
Well, it's straight science.
Well,
But
I know
wait.
you're into the gay science. So.
Are you excited for the new
Astrology?
movie?
Oh wait.
Call back. Which
Wolverine and Deadpool?
Hell yeah!
looks
Matter of
amazing.
fact,
That
it's
does-
one of the ones I'm trying not to watch any of the trailers because
Oh, no?
I'd rather just because they do such a poor job of making these trailers.
You think they do spoilers or not really?
I feel like if you are familiar with the material, a lot of the times it can be spoilers. They don't realize because they're just an editor doing an editing job.
Right.
But like you'll see something in the background, and you're like, wait a second. Oh snap! That means so and so has to be there because that object doesn't exist without that person.
The first
Right,
So
that's
it's
the
like
whole
a dead
idea,
giveaway.
though, isn't it? To build a buzz.
No, because it's like now I know that and it's supposed to be a big reveal kind of thing.
Right,
like
yeah.
that's supposed, but I now know that's gonna happen.
That Wolverine,
You know,
they kind of like gave her away at the end of the trailer when they showed him take his claws out, right?
So we're
yeah. No,
Andy's getting called out for not sharing the picture with
the
with
new
the viewers.
the new trailer had a lot of in his defense, they had a lot of Easter egg stuff in it that
I just
if
wanna
you're- if
enjoy
you're not
it. I wanna
looking
be
for-
surprised.
Yeah, because it's there in the trailer. It's there. References to if you know enough about the Wolverine comics or Deadpool, there's a lot of nods, and plus because the new movie is going into the whole multiverse part of it. That's the whole idea. So it's bringing
because they're out of ideas.
Well, no, because they just added the mutants
Right.
to the MCU because Sony.
So
No, Fox owned
they
it.
They got. You gotta love corporate America, Tony.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No, okay. Well, to a certain extent. So Marvel, is owned by Disney.
Right.
Okay. Before Marvel became a thing, kicking cords. Before Marvel became a thing,
Yeah.
as in a cinematic universe, Marvel Comics had money problems. So
Right.
they sold the store. They sold their rights to anyone who came knocking. They sold rights to.
Yeah.
And then when MCU becomes a cash cow, these other places who have the license are like, well, great, we'll keep making movies. Bad ones, but they're going to keep making movies. Marvel says, well, I want to get these guys back so you stop making bad movies so we can use them in our
And
universe.
it affected the comic book industry
Yes.
because what was happening with the X-Men was they stopped creating new X-Men characters at a
Right.
certain point because they didn't want Fox to be able to use them.
Right.
Okay.
Because they had
Right.
that, if it
I'm
was an X-Men
following.
character, you could use it. So fast
So
forward,
stupid.
Marvel, Disney says,
is.
okay, well, we can't have the rights back from these movies. We'll just buy your whole damn company.
Right.
So they did. So Marvel, Disney bought Fox so they could have the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. They bought an entire film studio to get two rights.
They eased it in with Spider-Man.
Right.
Right. Like
But that's Sony, and that's a whole different weird
they
rule got
massaged Spider-Man in because that's why Civil War, like he's
Right. That was
Right.
his debut. Right.
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
MCU. Yeah. and
Yeah.
it
Sony
was-
wants money, and Marvel's like, "Hey, if you let us use Spider-Man, we'll get you some money." And they said, "Great." And then they decided to make their own movies, and they've not made any money.
right.
So
Stay awake, baby.
It's okay.
Stay with me. Stay with me.
Sir, I saw. I met last year. I forgot to tell you guys. I met Miles Morales, the guy who does the voice to it.
Oh, that's
Shamik
cool.
Moore.
Oh, cool.
He was pretty cool. I think I got ripped off in the picture though because he's wearing his sunglasses in it.
Son of a bitch.
Well, did you hear what happened? There was a convention called 90s Con not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
They had this a couple of people, Susan Sarandon being one of them, and Gina Davis being another one. Would allow you to take a photo. You pay for the photo op. That's fine.
Right.
And it was originally this giant 90s Con towered display, and then you. So you were 6 feet away from the person
Separated,
you
yeah.
paid $100 and some odd for the photo op with.
Wow.
And there was a bit of a flap over that, and suddenly that was changed. But there are a lot of, again, I understand safety nowadays, and we are still in a world post COVID, and you got to watch out for these things. But there's ways to do it, and there's ways not to do it.
Right.
And if you pay $100 for a photo op with somebody and you're 5 feet away from them, why you're not happy with that?
No, because it's like I just paid.
Yeah,
I
and
might as well
waited
pay
in
for a
line
picture with a
probably.
cutout.
How much was it?
With Shamik Moore, I think it was like $80-$60 around that.
You see how much his cameos are.
Oh,
You get a cameo.
Certain people are a lot more. Like,
oh my God.
My friend a couple of years ago went to meet Luke Skywalker, $300 right there. And
well, I remember that. That was when I think the last Star Wars movie that he was in came out.
Yeah, it was $300.
Prior to that latest trilogy, he was only, I think, like 150 or something, or maybe 100. Once those movies came out, he jacked his price.
I want to get that second level put on the beach house in Malibu.
Right, yes.
Like, me and my dad went to Comic-Con. When was the first time we went, Dad? I forget. A long time ago, but Carrie Fisher was there before she died. She was $60.
Yep.
But
I'm glad she wasn't there after she died.
No.
I mean,
but in a way, she is.
Give them time.
In a way,
Tony.
she is.
You get a big enough star, they're gonna wheel him out and say, "Okay, $50 for a shot with the corpse." Oh, I'm not.
Dark.
How much would you pay? I think I'd pay maximum $100 to be taking a picture with Carrie Fisher's corpse. $100.
I plead the fifth in this conversation.
Do you
right
think
now.
she's still hot as a corpse?
As long as they put her in the bikini. If she's in the bikini, I'll pay $150.
Wow.
You're better off just having somebody that looks exactly like her in it, like her daughter or Natalie Portman. Then I'd pay $100.
Well, that's like I got.
Well, now I'm expecting more.
I got into this conversation with somebody the other day about conventions and the idea. Like, this is no disrespect to a sibling or a child of a famous person who does these conventions. They do it in deference and in honor of their family member.
Sure.
I'm fine with that. But why would I want your autograph?
Yeah, I don't care about you.
And no disrespect.
Yeah.
You're the daughter of so and so.
Yeah.
Great. I loved so and so. He was amazing.
Right.
Okay, nice to meet you. I your dad was cool, or whatever. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, right. I'm trying not to throw anyone under the bus. I'm trying
no.
But there. It's happened. I can name 4 off the top of my head right now.
Wow.
People who are invited to go to conventions as a guest,
right?
Because of who they're related to,
right?
And they give out autographs, and people pay for it, or they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Usually, you go to a table and they have it set up.
Right.
I mean, they usually charge you depending who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Like when I met Christopher Lloyd, that was $120.
Wow.
That was worth it though.
Yeah.
I could say I met somebody from Back to the Future.
But what I'm asking is like these kids of a famous like would you pay for Christopher Lloyd's son's autograph?
Right.
It depends if he was in a movie. Like Carrie Fisher, for example.
Oh please,
she
if
was
you're in a
the new
movie,
Star
that's
Wars
fine.
movie.
Right.
If you're in a movie, you wrote a book, whatever. If you did something,
Nude pictures on the internet.
whatever.
So
What if you did something?
I want to meet you.
In a pop culture world, in in a media sense, whatever. That's great. That's fine.
Right.
But I have a friend who did this great little bit on YouTube. It's called Chronicles of Comic-Con, and he has this, it's like do's and don'ts of the autograph table. And Vernon Wells is in it. So and Vernon Wells is for a guy who's played bad guys his whole career, he is one of the nicest, sweetest guys.
Of course.
But he comes off so gruff,
What movie was he
Vernon
in?
Wells? Oh my God, he's been in many things. He was in Road Warrior. He was in Commando. He was in Power Rangers Time Force.
He's like always the heavy.
The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he was Bennett. He was the guy.
Oh, I
he's
know
like always the main bad guy.
Oh yeah, he was in Power Rangers Time Force as the guy with the long hair and the bad guy.
Yeah.
I remember
He's
that.
had a huge career, And so they make this joke about, and the idea was he comes up and this guy goes, "Oh, is this guy here?" And Vernon Wells goes, "No, who are you?" I'm his brother. He's like, "Oh, I was getting an autograph from this guy." He's like, "Oh, I could sign it for you." He's like, "Why would I want that?"
Oh wow.
he's like I feel like getting like Frank Sinatra Jr.'s autograph. Like
I've only waited and paid for 2 autographs. One was I waited for George Takei at Icon several years ago.
That would have been a lot of years ago.
George Takei.
No, I heard you.
Oh,
my.
Sulu, right? Sulu from Star Trek.
Yes.
I met William Shatner. He was pretty cool.
But that was one, and that was for my brother. That wasn't even for myself, because to me, an autograph doesn't mean any. Like it doesn't do anything for me, except for Billy West. Billy West came to Icon. He does Fry, the voice of Fry on Futurama, and also Dr. Zoller. Dr. Zoidberg.
Was he Ren and Stimpy too?
He was also Ren and Stimpy at one point.
I
he was
remember
both.
that show. The one
He was originally just Ren.
Right.
Billy West, because Billy West is a hero of mine.
Oh, he's
and
amazing.
so I paid $20, and he signed whatever I wanted, and I had him write a little cream ought to clear that right up. Like he was giving me advice on how to get rid of a rash. So if somebody were to read it, they'd be like,
I love that.
You asked Billy West about a rash that you had?
Yes, I did.
You know what I'm saying? It's a joke for down the road.
I started going to conventions in the mid 2000s. Like that's when I started, really going to conventions. And back then, it was the same almost across the board. It was $20.
Yeah.
$20, free photo with an autograph.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like that, and that was it didn't matter. I mean, even but back then, like a William Shatner was probably 40,
right?
Because he was William Shatner, and that was at the time. But that was your general rule of thumb. 9 times out of 10 was 20, 25 in an autograph, free photo.
Right.
And just in the last 20 years,
the inflation.
It's inflation, but it's also
thanks, Biden.
It's who can we blame? We can blame all kinds of. But it's like the issue becomes also the you have the convention, you have the agents. The agents got involved.
Yep.
And now
the Asians ruin everything.
The agents.
Agents.
Agents, right?
I apologize for my mispronunciation.
Them too.
The agents.
Take the boy out of Pennsylvania.
The agents and stuff. Because I hear this a lot of times because I'm friendly with a lot of
Asians.
Some. But no, I'm friendly with a lot of people who put these shows on now. I'm interacting with them. I'm doing business with them as well.
Right.
And you hear it. It's like so and so company will say, okay, well we'll bring in 3 of our celebrities, and you have to put them up in hotels, and you have to bring in our 3 managers for them, and then we also have to have the road agent has to come for the 3 of them, and it's like so these people have to charge $125 to make their money back.
And I've heard a lot of these guys will actually pay for the table, the spot, like the people that are coming in, like I don't know, Lee Majors.
Yeah.
Like he'll actually, I don't know why I picked him.
Because you like him.
You have a huge crush on him.
All right, fine. Lindsay Wagner.
Okay.
Lindsay Wagner.
Her
too. Linda Carter.
Yeah,
Linda
there you
Carter.
go.
I know that Wonder Woman
There you
from
go.
the TV show.
I've heard these
She was
people
in Sky High too.
She was.
Yes.
They actually pay for their table, and they actually pay to appear, and that's why they're charging crazy money because they're trying to make their money back.
So it depends because there's different levels of that.
Right.
There are the agencies that come in and they make this deal with and they're the ones brokering the deal. Then you also have what's called a guarantee. So, for example, let's just say that Tony, you're a celebrity, and you want to.
Yes, I am.
I guarantee that'll never happen. That's my guarantee.
I'm on Cameo.
You are on Cameo.
Yeah, that's great. That's one step closer to
to nothing. Yeah.
So a convention wants you to come to their convention. Yeah. And I'm trying to personalize it, Eddie. I'm trying to make it work.
I know. I'm trying to go along, but the suspension to disbelief.
Well, let's stick with Linda Carter.
It's like the Baltimore Bridge right now.
Anyway.
The bottom line I'm saying is that they bring a celebrity in and they go, okay, the celebrity says, I want a guarantee of $10,000.
Right.
Meaning they're going to sell $10,000 worth of autographs.
Right.
And photo
Right. If they don't make that, you are responsible for the remainder of that.
Yeah, sure.
Anything they make above and beyond that, that's on them. So then your situation is you've got to you're on the hook for that amount of money. And that guarantee number changes. Some is
Right.
low, some is high, you know, whatever. But then there are people who come to conventions, and if you pay their flight and their hotel, they'll come and do they'll do the show. They keep the money, you know, whatever they keep. So all you're on the hook for is a flight and a hotel.
Well,
but you get to say so and so's coming to my convention.
Right.
That's the whole point.
So Dominic, how much is the most you think you've ever spent for an autograph or a photo op?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Maybe 140 once for
who was
for
that?
I think it was Christopher Lloyd. Yes, he was the most expensive. But this year at Comic-Con
Is the 300?
Oh no, there are like 3 other people that are like maybe 270, maybe 200, maybe.
So when
Or
you met
170.
Shatner, he was cheaper than that?
He was $90, I think, or $80, I think.
Oh, wow.
Even.
That seems like something's wrong. There's something wrong.
And who?
With only $90.
Oh, you said that Christopher Lloyd? That's who it was for?
Yeah, that's who 140 was. But this year, Chris Evans is going to be there.
Wow.
Hugh
That's
McGregor,
big.
Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, my God.
And the girl from Sky High who plays the technopath. She's married to Hugh McGregor, I heard.
Yeah,
I forget her name.
She is, and I know her name. It just went out of my head.
Yeah,
but she is the sci-fi darling. She's owning every. It's like her goal to be in every major franchise. She was in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, which one was she in? Scott Pilgrim?
She's Ramona Flowers.
Oh, then it's
blue hair.
Yeah,
I love her.
Exactly.
I love her so
She
much.
was just in Ahsoka, right? Or yeah, she was in Ahsoka.
Yes.
She was in.
She's one of those 3 name
right.
chicks.
Yeah, she was in.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
That's her.
That's it.
She was in the Harley Quinn movie. She was Huntress and Harley.
Yeah.
It's like her goal is to just be. I'm the geek girl. I'm gonna be in all these movies.
Was it Sean Bean is like that too? Like
Yeah,
she's trying to be like the
getting
Sean Bean.
Tony,
of-
who's that person you said before Linda Carter?
Lindsay Wagner.
Lindsay Wagner.
The Bionic
who's
Woman.
I met her.
Okay. I never
you?
saw
You met her?
that, but I
Just chatted. I didn't do
some of
anything
the
else.
old shows.
Yeah.
But I think this year Hugh McGregor is going to be the only autograph that's worth getting because I'm a huge
And you're
Star
gonna-
Wars fan.
Yeah.
There you
and
I'm a huge train
the girl
spotting
who
fan.
plays Nebula is going to be there.
Oh.
And I want to meet her too.
Oh.
She was in Jumanji.
Karen Gillan.
Oh, I
Thank
love
you.
her. She was on Doctor Who. I love Karen.
Did I ever
Gillan.
tell you my Karen Gillan story?
No.
Okay. It's
if it doesn't end up with me having sex with her, I don't want to hear it.
Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know if that was the story you're
It does
telling.
end up with that. I don't want to hear it.
And then Andy. No,
Then Andy came in.
no
And
years
came
ago,
in.
right after she left.
You had to
Doctor-
pay extra for that.
He tagged in.
After
It was worth it.
After she left Doctor Who, and before Guardians of the Galaxy,
Right.
So she was in that little window of fandom.
Gorgeousness.
So she appeared at EternalCon.
Oh, right.
And I was at EternalCon. I made a balloon for her. You
can use this however you like.
Of Amy Pond. And I got all the details. It keeps me safe. So I made a balloon of Amy Pond. Every time I went to go and bring it to her table, she was at a photo op. She was over here. She's at I kept missing her. Her handler at that show was a friend of mine. I said, I left the balloon with her. I said, when you get a chance, just give this to her because I was downstairs. It wasn't to go up and down didn't make a lot of sense to keep going up and down.
Right.
So so later I get this picture sent to me, and then it was posted on her Instagram of her posing with this balloon.
Okay.
I've never met her, but
Your balloon did.
my balloon did.
That's got to count for something.
But she started what became a thing with me, which was the idea that I don't have to be in the picture. You know what? If my balloon's in the picture,
Well, that's
already
and that's
won.
good
like
for,
you being
and that's
won.
good for business, I would think,
Right.
right?
So there,
Is you not being in the picture? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's great for business.
Exactly.
If you could
Get out. Just get out
somehow
there.
appear in less of your pictures,
Right.
you might be super famous.
You might be.
People would love you then.
People would wonder, wait, isn't there supposed to be a person here? And you get this unknown comic thing. It's great.
Who's on your bucket list? Like, what's the next big one that you want outside of this Comic-Con? Like, if there's anybody you could get to meet, who would it be?
I got 2 on my bucket list. Dwayne Johnson.
Kick ass.
I'm trying to think what like girl star I'd want to meet that's like
That you haven't, right?
Exactly.
Stormy
Right.
Daniels.
No, I'm
I'm
debating
good.
between
Yeah, sure,
Elizabeth Olsen and Scarlett Johansson. 'Cause I grew up watching Scarlett Johansson because when she was around the same age as me.
Right.
She was in the Home Alone 3. She was Black Widow.
She might be like a couple of years older than him. 35. She might be 38 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she looks.
Because I know she's younger than me. Because I'm like, I know I've always felt so illegal being like, she's hot.
Or Kobe Smothers, I wouldn't mind meeting you.
Who's that?
Kobe Smothers, yeah,
you ever see How You Met Your Mother?
Yeah. How Much Your Mother?
Oh, I know who that is. Okay.
The girl
She's
who plays
also
Robin.
Maria Hill on the Avengers.
Yes, I couldn't think of her name.
I'm here for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I was like with watching all the Shield stuff.
Yeah.
You're uniquely positioned
right
to be
there.
able to answer any Shield related.
I'm right there.
Oh,
question.
I met one of the girls from the Shield, Marvel Agents of Shield.
Which one did you
the
meet?
British girl.
Elizabeth Henstridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, I met her as well.
She was pretty cool.
She was very sweet. I met her like in the first season of the show. So it was like she didn't know where she was going. You know?
Right.
Last year at Comic-Con was so amazing because I completed my set last year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I met all the Power Rangers now.
Oh, nice.
Every Power Ranger?
Yep, except Trini. But I
every Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Correct.
Okay, I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of Power Rangers. You're the man.
No, I met every Mighty Morphin.
How do you have the time?
That's what, 20 seasons of Power Rangers and 6 on
I've
average
seen-
Rangers a
I've
season. Well done.
The Yellow Ranger is usually there. The one from what is it?
Asia.
In space. The one who plays
Back
Ashley.
to that, are you?
The girl who plays Ashley is usually there a lot. I see.
Yes, Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've met
How's that?
Aisha. I met Billy.
Like these fucking guys are geeks.
What else? What else you got?
I met Tommy before he died. I met Billy. I met
Again,
Jason.
after he died, it's complicated.
And
Again, if he's wearing the outfit, I'm cool with it.
I met all of them.
Pay extra for the photo op.
I had an actual conversation with Zach and Billy when I met them.
Oh, cool.
That was pretty cool. I met Tara Reeves in Indianapolis, but she had to cancel her photo op, I think.
Oh.
I didn't pay for it, though, but I met her in the elevator, though. she looked pretty bad.
Well, it would have been really
She
bad
was
if
doing a lot of drugs.
it would have been really bad if you met her at the urinal.
That would be even worse. Thank you.
Thank God it was the elevator.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys watched Invincible?
I have not watched
No, not yet.
I've watched The Boys. I feel dirty enough.
That's all I got. I'm out. I was out. I came back in, and
I just think
again.
that for me, like, there's so much, like, how old, like, we are.
Right.
Like, to be able to be brought up with Watchmen coming out.
Yep.
I saw
and Dark
that.
Knight and whatnot, and sort of like those for adult, because the comic code, that's when the 80s was when the comic code went away. The late 80s, and you had for mature readers only.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Green Arrow was for mature readers only. The Question. So, like, I got, like, so the dealing with adult themes, that's kind of been since I'm like 13.
Right.
I've been reading comics that are like dealing with adult themes. So when Invincible came along, it's like, because like The Boys is kind of like that. Like The Boys does a cool job, and the show is better than the comic in my opinion.
Oh yeah, because the comic is just the one long in joke.
Yeah. And because my family got me, like, for Father's Day, one of the graphic novels of The Boys, and so I read it and I was like, oh God, the show is so much better.
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah. Tony, the Boys.
I'm familiar. I've never seen it, but I know what it is.
But the comic of The Boys was basically the writer's idea of just skewering all of what superhero things are about. So everybody
and
in
capitalism.
the comic, and capitalism. So everybody in the comic is based on some other character. It's all derivative. It's all. So if you read it, it's one long in joke.
Well, there's a lot of that in Invincible. There's a lot of that, too.
and that's why, like that. And I was getting up to. That's why I haven't watched Invincible yet. I know. Like, every time I pass it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I got to watch that, and then I don't. Because I don't know.
But J.K. Simmons does a voice in that, doesn't he?
That's correct.
He
There's
does,
a
like,
lot of
the
J.K.
father.
Simmons. Yeah. What's her last? Oh, is her last name? What's her
Sandra
first?
Oh?
It is
Sandra,
Sandra. Oh. I thought I had that wrong.
Or
She's
Sandra Oh?
She's in it.
Which way you say it?
Depends on how much of a dick you are.
Who's
or her
say the
publicist.
Sandra, I say the
Sandra. Sandra Oh.
Who's the African American actor who's
You can say black.
Samuel L. Jackson?
no, that's a real movie.
Lawrence Fishburne?
That's a yeah. He was in that movie.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, there you
movie
go.
with Julia Roberts.
Oh, right.
Where the end of the world was coming.
Mashallah Ali.
That yes, he's in this. There's a whole bunch of
Right.
Who's the other the black fella from The Wire that just died?
Look at that. He as soon as he had permission, he went straight to saying black.
He's there. He's there.
I didn't even pick on me for saying fella.
I know you're talking about, and I can't think of his
Lance
name.
something, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Lance
I think
Bass? No.
No.
Lance Henriksen.
No, also-
No, Joe
also-
Winchell's been working with Lance Henriksen. Lance Henriksen is going to come out with a horror movie soon. I don't know. They're still filming it. They've been filming it for a while. My friend Joe Winchell is in it. They've already seen like a sizzle trailer or sizzle clip thing, and he's in a bunch of scenes with Lance Henriksen.
That's awesome.
So and he's like, he's so cool. He fucking just like is real and like gives good advice. Like he's very generous with his time. But
my favorite Lance Henriksen role, though, it does not get enough, is Ace from Quick and the Dead.
Never saw that.
That was a great movie.
He doesn't get enough
too.
credit for that.
That's a fun movie.
It's a great fun movie. It doesn't pretend to be anything it's not.
Because that's what, when people ask me what my favorite movie is, I hate answering the question because it's like,
Oh,
if you could ask me like what my favorite sports movie is,
right?
If my favorite superhero movie,
you got to qualify
because otherwise I go to this other spot, and for many years it was Gunga Din. If you've never seen Gunga Din with Cary Grant, I love that movie. It's like the original Buddy movie. But anyway. Brotherhood of the Wolf, Quick and the Dead. There are these movies that they're just unbelievable as hell.
The Naked Gun.
Well, that's a comedy. Like I'm talking about these ones that are sort of like action adventure-y.
Have you seen Quick and the Dead, Tony? Ever in your life?
With Sharon Stone, yeah.
I did see. I honestly don't remember much of it, but I did.
Russell
see it.
Crowe being the preacher.
Yeah, when you fill a movie with character actors, you get a good movie.
Yeah, no matter what.
It doesn't matter.
It's so stupid. Like,
right.
The idea is so stupid.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's just you don't have to be a star to I mean Sharon Stone is in that movie, but she admittedly is like fourth. She's the lead, but she's admittedly the fourth.
I'm not reading your comment, Fremder.
Oh, it's Fremder. Don't do it.
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Actually.
So you know who else is going to be at Comic-Con this year that I might want to meet too?
Oh,
Tim Curry, if I'm saying his name.
Oh,
right.
if you can get, because I mean he's getting older.
Yeah,
he's on his way out.
He's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, he's
from
in
what I've heard.
I mean, considering what he went
Great
through, he's
actor.
doing okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
You have to be lucky with things like that because
Oh, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
share this with everybody. I had one when I was 25. So,
Okay.
Oh, right on.
I had a stroke when I was 25, so I was pretty lucky I didn't lose anything out of that one.
Right on.
But I heard like a couple of friends that met him that I knew. They said he was cracking jokes about his stroke during.
He
when
just
they were
seems like a
meeting
great
him,
person.
But I liked him in. You ever see that movie Muppets Treasure Island? Of
course.
I love that movie. The one
Who are you talking to?
I'm sorry, what? Have you ever seen Muppet Christmas Carol? No, never seen that one either.
Well, Dominic, I find that I really enjoy just watching all of the Muppet stuff.
Oh, he does a good Kermit voice. Could you do Yoda's voice? It's pretty practical.
Well, of course I can do because it's Frank Oz, and I love Frank Oz.
Oh, did you see? There's a
One
Jim Henson documentary
prophylactic,
coming out.
do the voice.
one prophylactic unused, one prophylactic used. It's from Blues Brothers.
And one movie I didn't see that you probably all see that I got to watch now. He was telling me that movie on Rocky
Horror Picture Show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that. Like he's amazing singer as well.
I want to see that movie Clue. I mean, but
You have to see
I
the-
saw that
you
in the
have-
theater.
That documentary is out. I have to watch that.
what was that one about?
So
Clue.
it's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
you
Clue.
taking the board game and writing a story about why all those people are in this mansion.
Oh, it's great.
So some of the writing is flimsy, but it's one of those that it's just entertaining.
Yeah, it's fun.
And there's so many character actors.
I was just
great
gonna
character
say-
actors in it.
Yeah.
When you put that many character actors in it, it's it.
It's
The
and
Pat Joke Theater just last week. had a
Leslie
show
Ann
up with
Warren.
Leslie Ann Warren.
Yeah, yeah.
who's beautiful, Miss Scarlet in that. But all of them are the maid. I don't even remember what her name was. I just because I think I
that
started
was
passing out.
Colleen Camp.
Yeah, there you go. Because she was a big TV actress, right?
Yes.
Her
She's also in Die Hard with a Vengeance. She's a cop in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
really. I guess I never really. Because as soon as she would come on screen, all the blood would rush out of my head and go straight into my crotch.
That was
so
probably,
I'd wake up a couple of minutes later, like,
that was,
what
yeah,
happened?
it was probably
Like,
one
I
of
have
the
to agree with you when
sexiest things
people
she ever did.
ask you about your favorite movies. It's like, at least ask me 5 of my favorite
Yeah.
movies, because then you can narrow it down. Like, okay, here are mine: Return of the Jedi, Animal House. I love
Classic.
that one. What was another one? The Forbidden Kingdom was a good one.
That's a
Jackie
great-
Chan, Jet Li.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what other 2 were my favorites. But I definitely have those 3. X-Men, Days of Future Past was a good one.
That's a
And
good
then
one out of that.
Spider-Man,
If you're gonna pick one of that,
the third
same,
one.
Oh,
where
the
they,
No
where
Way
they
Home?
had all 3 of them in it.
Sure.
Right.
So those are like my top favorite movies, I'd have to say, out of those.
It's time for me to get nerdy. I enjoy Shawshank Redemption. Very much so.
Trying to catch me getting nerdy.
That would be
That's a Weird
easy,
Al song.
easy on my top 10.
He knows his shit.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, no, that
It's white and nerdy, though.
that's easy.
Yes, yeah, but I was trying to adapt it for our situation.
Yeah, I have so many. Like my family makes fun of me because I'll say, "Oh, one of my favorite movies," and they're like, "Dad, you've got like 200 favorite." Like, I'm sorry, I can't pick one,
dude.
I can't.
Every time I say I had such a crush on like an actress, I had such a crush on her when I was, and my wife's like, "You had a crush on every beautiful woman. Just accept you like beautiful women."
And now I crush on you, dear.
Right?
Yeah, good answer.
You're married too, right?
I'm married. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know, I'd like to
20
bring up a point about marriage. I'm
Please
not
do.
married, so you know what's great about that?
Not being married.
Well, not having anyone to answer to.
Hell yeah. Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
What's
and-
great about not being married? That is.
Yep, and still being a free man, I guess, is a good way of
Nice.
putting it.
As
No, I'm just kidding. I'd like to be married eventually, probably before I hit 40. So I got 5 years to go.
How about a guilty pleasure movie? Drumline is my guilty pleasure. If I'm
The
scrolling
one with
through,
Nick Cannon?
I put
The one with
Drumline
Nick
on
Cannon where he's
every
the
time.
drummer?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good one because well,
it's so addictive. to
our
watch.
boy's in that one, Tony.
What?
Or our boy's in that one.
Which one?
Orlando Jones.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Orlando
I've never
Jones,
seen
because I got to talk to him about. I was
Yeah?
like, dude, I love that movie.
God, freaking-
Because he's the band director.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For the college.
Oh,
You don't
that's
watch
cool.
black movies?
Where the hell that come? Just go right into Drumline?
Yes. It's a very no, again, yeah.
He doesn't
it's
watch
great.
drum movies, okay?
Drum movies.
No, actually,
It
I've
makes
always
me
wanted to see it.
makes me my leg itch, or my lack of leg itch.
I was about to say that's the wrong side.
It vibrates.
That side doesn't itch at all.
It's a ghost itch.
Yeah.
Why are you scratching your right leg, your right calf, Tony?
Sounds like
I
a
just feel like I have an
personal
itch.
Right? Sounds like a
I couldn't
personal
even.
problem.
I couldn't
Yes.
even name. I couldn't even name
definitely.
one guilty pleasure movie. I couldn't name one of anything.
That's because Drumline I just have to watch. Like I
Oh,
just
yeah.
see it and I just.
I get
What
it.
do you mean by guilty pleasure? I don't
Like
get
it's
it.
something that, like if you're gonna ask me like, oh, what are your top 5, top 10, top 50 movies? I'm never gonna say that, but I'm compelled to watch it. Like it's not something I'm proud of.
Like you're almost embarrassed to admit it.
Yeah, I'm not proud. I'm not going around going, Drumline's a great movie, because I don't think it's a great movie. I almost don't even want to admit. I don't want to tell people I watch Drumline unless I'm telling them it's my guilty pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
like a
get you.
movie you saw that you don't want to admit you saw.
Yes.
But not
Okay.
only saw it, but
But
really
that you
enjoy.
really like.
Yeah.
That there's something about it that just like
How to
is-
Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh my God, I've never
Was that
seen
a movie or just somebody's life story?
I like that.
Who's in that?
That's Matthew McConaughey
and Kate Hudson?
Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson is
It's a
daughter
romantic
of
comedy,
Goldie
but
Hawn,
I would
right?
I would watch. I dig that movie.
Listen, I
get
just
it.
Drumline.
I get it. I get it.
Matthew McConaughey. Why does that name sound familiar?
Well, that's what I like about high school girls. I keep getting older. They stay the same age.
All right.
All right.
You might have to tell me the movie.
Dazed and Confused.
I didn't see that.
But he's also been like Sahara. That's another guilty pleasure
Yes.
movie for me.
I don't think I saw that.
Favorite scene in that is they're getting pulled over. They're on a boat in a river in like somewhere in Africa, and these two military guys, African military guys, pull them over, and they're like, "All right, my friend, we're going to need to see some identification." And Matthew McConaughey goes, "I'm sorry, I don't speak English." And the guy starts laughing. He's like, "That's very funny, my friend. You just spoke English." He's like, "That's all I ever learned how to say."
That's actually funny.
That's my favorite line in that movie. But oh my God, he was in. You see Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio.
With
Leonardo,
Mike.
he's the one who does the in Wolf of Wall Street where he does this thing where he beats on his chest at like dinner or lunch or whatever.
Now that name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, he's a big star.
I think once you see it, you'll be like, "Oh right."
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey. Do you know who they're talking about?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, chicks love him.
Matthew McConaughey.
He's a good-looking dude and has like a really cool kind of like Southern accent. Talks like that.
I'm probably gonna look it up later and go like, "Oh yeah, that's."
And then you're gonna be like, "Why didn't they say blah blah blah?" Like list off 5 movies right away. Yes, he's
Tropic
been in a
Thunder
ton.
and
Lincoln Lawyer.
Tropic Thunder. I saw that movie.
Time to
Thunder
Kill.
is so good.
Time to Kill.
Murder of Crows.
Contact. Contact. That was a good movie.
Contact.
Interstellar.
Interstellar.
That's. Welcome to the Matthew McConaughey retrospective.
Yeah.
All the films he's ever appeared in his entire career. That's going back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3.
Well, and if our contestants can't answer in a reasonable amount of time, at least 5 Matthew McConaughey movies, we will be killing their next of kin.
I have a list of movies.
Matthew McConaughey movies?
No.
What are the odds?
I definitely don't have that.
If there's one in there, I'm going to be like...
I have a list of the top movies that came out in 1989.
Whoa!
This is
Batman is going to be up
This
there.
is an impressionable list. There's a lot of big movies that came out that year.
And that's knee deep in my...
Wait, hold on. Okay, when was Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade?
That's number 1.
Okay, all right, got that one.
Okay,
$474 million that
I
movie
had to
made.
think about that for a second.
Number 2 was... you just said it.
Yes, no, I know.
The one I just said, Tony. Yeah, that's the one.
I've moved on.
Batman?
Batman,
yeah.
$411 million. A movie you mentioned, Dom, Back to the Future Part 2, $330 million. This one was surprising. I thought it came out earlier. Look Who's Talking came out.
No, that makes sense.
That's a funny movie. You ever see
that?
that?
But was it Look Who's Talking to? Maybe the...
That's what I was thinking. It doesn't say. It just says Look Who's Talking.
Because I think 87, 88 was...
That's what I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. Whatever.
Yeah,
300 mil. Number 5, which is a great movie, Dead Poets Society.
Yep. Saw that in the theater.
Robin
I
Williams.
thought that was earlier.
No, that see, I guess because 9th grade, like it being.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
8th into 9th grade, it was huge.
Next, I thought this movie came out later. The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, no, because
number
I
6.
wasn't watching Disney movies at that point.
Right. Yeah, you were. Number 7, Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I saw that.
Leo
that was
wants
summer
Leo
movie.
gets. Okay.
They fuck you at the drive. That was great.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is
I
number 8.
remember that movie.
I saw that in the theater.
Number 9, Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
I saw that in the
summer
theater.
movie. Yep.
Number 10, great movie, Born on the 4th of July. Great movie.
Yes.
Honorable mentions, those are just top 10. But also in 89, Parenthood with Steve Martin.
Right.
And Field of Dreams. That's an impressionable list right there. That's a lot of great movies.
You know what just happened to me the other night when talking to a bunch of comedians after an open mic is I told them I hadn't seen Jurassic Park until recently, a couple of months ago. Never seen it. Came out with my senior year of high school, right? That summer after my senior year. And in our conversation, they're all like, how could you not have seen it? Because they're all like millennial, they're about your age. And they're like, how could you not have seen Jurassic Park? And then we're talking. Somebody brings up Operation Dumbo Drop. And I'm like, oh, I saw that in the theater. And they flipped out on me. Wait, you didn't see Jurassic Park, but you saw Operation Dumbo Drop?
What's Dumbo Drop?
It was a Disney movie, and it was like took place during Vietnam, a lighthearted Vietnam heartwarmer. About them like the CIA or special forces end up delivering an elephant to like a village. I don't really remember.
That's pretty much
I gotta be honest. Like I think I might have been making out with whoever
Dennis
I went.
Leary, right? Isn't
there
that
with.
one? Dennis Leary's in the.
I think
Dumbo
Dennis
Drop?
Leary, Danny Glover might be in
He
it.
might be, yeah.
I know who Dennis Leary is.
There's guilty pleasure. Demolition Man.
Oh, I love
guilty
that movie.
pleasure.
Stallone,
Such
right?
a good.
Yeah.
And Wesley
He doesn't know how to
Snipes as
use
the
the
bad guy.
shells.
Yes,
Wesley Snipes is the bad guy. He's
I'm
fantastic.
glad that movie ain't like today. Because imagine if you got a ticket just for swearing like they did, and then you had to use seashells to wipe your own ass instead of toilet
He
paper.
doesn't know how to use the seashells.
See, he got it.
Those are two movies, that and Last Action Hero, that I believe both were ahead of their time. And if they would have come out 2-3 years later, would have been huge.
Well, what sucked is they were followed up by movies like Judge Dredd,
right?
That were just so terrible,
Right.
and that
That was okay. I mean, but
the Carl Urban Dredd.
Mhm.
Have you seen that one?
No,
that's
no.
from a few years ago.
Yeah,
it is so friggin' good. It is. It's like you're like, why couldn't they? I'm a huge Judge Dredd fan from back in the day. The comics were new back then. I even had a shirt that I used to wear underneath my pads in football, and it was Judge Dredd holding a gun like this, and it said "You're mine, slime" on it. And I used to get me pumped up to play football because I played defense. Like,
you're the slime. That's it.
You're mine, slime. And then I realized how cliched, stupid. Looks like you lost your bonnet, baby. That's from a movie called The Program.
I think I saw that.
And he sacks the quarterback, and the helmet pops off, and that's the thing. The guy who, that big dude. That's
Andrew
in
Bryanarski.
Thank you. That's in every fucking movie. This is great. Like, normally I'm the guy that people are like, Andy, what's that thing? And I'm able to do it. But, I'm operating at a higher RPM, so I need somebody who can jump in on this show.
No one needs this curse, Tony. Nobody. I live this curse. That's what no one needs this. It's just that's. Oh, which is why when I go, I can't remember because it's so frustrating because they're all there. They're all. It's just.
But
Bing,
I used to be that guy, but the internet ruined that. Now everybody has access to the internet; they can look it up. People used to send me texts or call me to ask me movie questions.
So now you feel really alone because nobody's calling you
Yeah.
anymore?
Nobody calls me anymore. I mean, I'm that empty inside that I have nothing to offer. Other than movie knowledge.
You are married, so you must have something to offer.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I've
when
been
I
married
get
for a while.
when I get married, you could all rub it in my face.
That sounds like an unmarried man.
Yeah, I guess.
fantasizing about being married.
Any advice you want to give me when I get married to the three married men over there?
You're going to get married to three married men?
No, I'm just saying. When I get married, I want to know what advice I should take.
That's the way our brains work.
That's like that movie, that Three Men and a Baby, right? Is what you're thinking of?
Right. Yes.
That's where you get that reference from.
The porn parody of it. Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that.
I married three married men. That's a reality show on Lifetime.
Yeah, three married men, one babysitter.
That's it. I married three married men.
Or like a stepsister. I don't know.
So, what advice do you have for me, fellas?
I would say, well, I mean, if
My
you're
advice
even
is keep my
looking,
mouth shut.
sounds like you're not. Sounds like you're not even looking though. Are you looking? Are you looking for love?
I'm just letting it come to me, I guess.
Oh, right
It's
on.
a lot easier than going out and go get it.
We should let Tony know he collects wives, so we should let you.
If anybody's an expert,
he's a professional.
He collects what? Oh,
Wives. Wives.
because
I wouldn't have expected that from him.
I'll just shut the fuck up now.
I would expect that from you. You're contagious. That was good.
That's called a softball joke, Tony. When it goes over the plate, you got to smack that son of a gun over the wall.
There's so many of them. I let a lot of them go.
That's good.
Between the wives and the leg,
I don't get to hit very much, so I got to take the shots when I get them.
Hell yeah. I would just say if you're just waiting around, take every opportunity that comes your way because it's all about experiences, right?
Right.
that makes sense.
And just
And put yourself out there.
And just go with the flow, right?
yeah, just
Sounds like good advice.
The only don't be with somebody that you can't, that you don't think of them first. This convention's coming up. I want to take Julie. Julie's gonna love this because you know what I'm saying. If you're just I can't wait to go to that convention, and you're not thinking of the other person coming with you, they're probably not 100% right. At least
that makes sense.
They can be there for you in other ways, but.
Thank you. Are you guys going to any convention soon? While we're on
I
the
just
subject?
went to an anime Boston because my daughters are into anime, and this is sort of the
What anime?
just anime con. It was a huge. There were thousands of people there, and like a lot of cosplay. And it's weird. I was just telling Derek before is that I'm working on a bit where like the concept is my daughters don't geek the way that I geeked, so they're into things that I'm not. Like you're talking about all stuff that I was into.
Yeah.
They're not into any of that stuff. They're into anime. They're not even into the cool like Robotech or Yu-Gi-Oh or any of this other stuff.
Like Pokemon?
They're into like these like love triangles between like three students who all respect each other too much to make a move, and nothing ever actually happens.
Dawson's Creek. No,
it basically
that
is
was
like
a good show.
And it's funny, it's not even anime. They're into manga, and it was never more clear that they're into manga, not anime, until we went to Anime Boston. It was Easter weekend, and we went up and we stayed there, and there was barely any manga there.
That's crazy.
And they were like, "Oh, okay, this is okay." Like they didn't have a great time because you want to read the books, you don't want to watch the movies, you want. So we know not to make that mistake again.
So mangas, I guess the only familiar manga I'm with in anime is like Dragon Ball Z. You heard what happened just a couple of months ago, right? The creator DBZ.
Oh yes. Because they're one of the comedians that goes to one of the mics that I go to. His name is Noel Rodney Jr. He is a massive anime fan, and he was crestfallen. He was upset when it happened, and that's the only way I'm like, "Hey, you all right?" And he's like, "Oh." Tajiri, whatever the guy's name is.
Tajiri, that's a different guy entirely now.
That's a wrestler.
There you go. We're back.
Well, that guy is also a huge wrestling fan, too. There's a certain part of the night, there's two comics that are massive wrestling fans, and there's a certain part of the night, Joe Winchell and Noel Rodney Jr., where they start talking wrestling, and you try to hang, like as a casual wrestling fan, I try to hang, but it's like...
Kind of like me today on this show.
That's it, Tony.
Kind of like how Tony feels right now. That's how I feel.
Me and Joe.
I did this year professionally. I had a good year with Papa Twist. I did two big events. The big event, which is a giant wrestling autograph show.
Oh, cool.
They ran out of Queens for years, and I just didn't want. And it's a short show. It's like 10 to 2 or 10 to 3. Like, it's not a very long show.
Where did all the Queens go? That
I'm like.
They didn't come to our show. That's all I can tell you.
That's what I was locked on. I'm like, don't interrupt.
But they used to do it at a hotel by LaGuardia Airport.
Oh,
and they ran it there for years,
Right.
and then they moved it to Suffolk County. They moved it to Brentwood, Suffolk Community College.
Okay, yeah.
Huge space, and it's doing like huge bucks for them. So I think they're going to stay for a while.
Oh, that's good.
And I was able. I've been trying to do that show for years. Like my schedule didn't allow it. Their schedule didn't allow it. Whatever. So I did. They did a November one, and they did one in March, and I did big event for both of those. And I got again the goal of getting something that I created in the hands of these guys who I respect their talent and them sacrificing their bodies for my enjoyment.
Yeah.
I got it. So it's like I got a balloon into the hands of Justin Thunder Liger.
Oh,
which
that sounds like a name.
He's I'm surprised you don't know Justin Thunder Liger because he was in WCW in the '90s. Early.
I might.
He's a cruiserweight.
Okay.
Oh, short cruiserweight with long hair.
Long hair. He has a huge.
Not Billy Kidman.
No. Jushin Thunder Liger is a Japanese wrestler.
Okay.
I do.
And he has everything.
Yes.
Big
okay.
old thing.
A part of his mask is
yes. So to make a Jushin Thunder Liger balloon is by itself is a Herculean task, and to give it into the hands of the man himself is also a pretty cool.
Hera's being a real bitch here.
Yeah, but going about wrestling, like I had the opportunity to, I got a chance to meet and chat with Kevin Von Erich.
Oh, cool.
Who's that again?
Kevin Von Erich is the surviving Von Erich of the Von Erich brothers. He's the subject of the movie The Iron Claw.
I don't think I saw that.
I haven't seen it yet either, but you will probably like it.
It's worth seeing, but I'm sure by now you've heard. Do not. You can even if you watch, you can fast forward. Fast forward past the Ric Flair part. You don't need to see that.
Oh, really?
You don't need to see
Let's see. Now I do.
Oh no, please do.
Right,
but like it takes you out of the movie so much because it's not Ric Flair, and it's not even a guy pretending to be Ric Flair.
Oh, it's just like a character named Ric Flair.
It's Ric Flair.
Right.
In Ric Flair's outfit. but he's
That's
not,
like in Office Space. The guy's name is Michael Bolton. He's not Michael Bolton.
But you're supposed to think he's Ric Flair.
Right.
But Ric Flair is such a huge character, such a huge personality. How do you
Styling,
not
profiling.
Right, how do you not try to at least do part of that? He doesn't even give you a woo in it. It's like come on, the guy's known for that.
Yeah,
that's true.
But Iron Claw as a film is very well done. It's very well. I mean,
cool.
But Kevin Von Erich is the surviving brother,
Right.
and his sons wrestle now too. So he started a new generation of Von Erichs.
That's cool.
Yeah, Texas Tornado, man. I saw a house show, Texas Tornado versus Honky Tonk Man at the Nassau Coliseum.
There you go. Kerry Von Erich.
Had to have been 90, probably 90, 91.
That's what, yeah.
I've been to a couple of wrestling events, too.
Yeah?
My dad took me to WrestleMania 20 when I was...
Oh, man, that's awesome.
I think... that was 2005, I think. Right, Dad?
Yeah, 2005.
Oh, yeah. He said when Hulk Hogan came out, he got a bigger ovation than the Rangers do. Because
well, good.
Hulk Hogan. So I went to WrestleMania 20. I went to Survivor Series in the Garden when it was the Dudley Boys teaming up with Jeff Hardy.
Oh, okay.
And then Devon came back.
Right.
And then I went to the SummerSlam where The Rock lost his title to Brock Lesnar for the first time.
Right.
And the last pay-per-view I was at was the Women's Evolution one back in 2019.
Yeah, that was a good show. I mean, for what they,
you were at like a lot of big, like kind of like of note.
I've met a lot of wrestlers over the years, and it's pretty cool. I met John Cena like 3 times. He's
wow.
fun.
Never met John Cena.
I met Eddie Guerrero before he died, and Chris Benoit before he died.
Good for you.
And also before he murdered his family.
Right,
yeah, that's true.
Right. Before everything.
So that, I want to meet the person who met him between those two events.
There's not much.
Because they probably are going to have a lot of information for the cops.
That's a good point.
I remember when I was 15.
48-hour chunk right there.
When I was 15, me and my cousin snuck into the Marriott.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a house show at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
So we snuck into the Marriott and ate in the restaurant, and then we met a couple of them.
Oh, that's super cool.
You know what's funny? They're not like who they are on TV. Like Chavo Guerrero, Eddie Guerrero's nephew, he doesn't sound all geeky when you meet him. He has an actual deep, serious voice when you meet him. And I was
Look
like,
at me, Uncle Eddie. I'm cheating to win. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
Lie, cheat, and steal was their gimmick, and they made a song about it. But that was fun. Was Eternal Con at Nassau Coliseum, right?
They ran 2 out of Nassau Coliseum. They used to run out of Cradle of Aviation. They did that for like 3-4 years. Then they ran out of Nassau Coliseum for 2 years, and then they took a break, and then they ran out of Hofstra the last 3 years.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. When is it usually?
Usually around the second weekend of July. Second week, whenever it lays out in the...
and he'll know that because his birthday is a week before.
My birthday is... Well, this year, rumor has it, they're having it on the 6th and 7th.
Oh, okay.
Which my birthday is the 7th, and it's my 50th birthday, so I don't think I want to be at... Eternal Con for the whole weekend of my 50th birthday. I think I'd like to... In our conversation of trying to disassociate a little bit from Mr. Pop and Twist and have life and Mr. Pop and Twist. I think at most I'll do maybe Saturday day and then maybe have a party or something Saturday night. It depends. If someone really cool goes, I might have to go. All right, wait.
All right, never mind. And he's scheduled for 8 o'clock on. All right, I guess I'm going.
I should look that up. See who's
going through. They haven't listed anything yet.
Well, they did for Comic-Con, which I was kind of surprised.
Yeah,
like because he got the email like last month, so I have the heads up now.
That's awesome.
But now I'm gonna try to go Thursday and Friday because there are 2 people I want to meet really bad. I want to meet Hugh McGregor out of that,
sure,
and I want to meet Karen
Gillan.
Thank you.
Oh.
I'm here for you.
Those 2 would.
I'll give you my number. You give it to Karen Gillan.
Sure. And then she's gonna.
He just wants you to talk to her with a Scottish accent.
Yeah, I'm on the list. The list of people that aren't allowed to be within 500 feet of her.
I'm doing.
They have restraining orders against you already.
If they don't, they're fucking.
They
stupid.
should.
Yeah.
I'm doing Trek Long Island. End of March. End of May.
What's that?
Trek Long Island. Trek Long Island is a new Star Trek convention. They had their first show last year, and they're adding 15 more guests than they did last year. It's everything. It's every incarnation of the show that they can get. Now, unfortunately, it's hard to get those original cast members anymore because unfortunately most of them are gone.
Right.
But they get. You know,
well, here's where you get to have your picture with DeForest Kelly and Leonard Nimoy.
He's been gone a long time.
I met Leonard Nimoy,
and I'll tell you what, I will pay extra for him to have Leia's bikini on. If he's got Princess Leia's bikini on, I'm definitely.
Damn it, man! I'm a doctor.
I'm charging. I will pay for the night with it. You can take the corpse. Take the corpse upstairs to the.
Yes. But yeah, but I'll be
You'll live long and prosper.
That's it. But yeah, I'll be at Trek Long Island.
That's all I got.
It's
that's
the end
it, right?
Yeah. But see, I always like doing this one.
Yeah.
Spock doesn't do that.
No, Andy does.
Nobody cares.
Right now. That's why it's the first time you're seeing it.
That's right.
First time for everything.
Well, to do both of them.
That explains how you got a lot of dates doing that. Actually.
Yeah. That's puppetry.
Okay.
all goes around, Andy. It all goes around. Yeah, that's the 31st to the 2nd.
Two in the stink.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking over it.
I'm gonna call it. It's the Spocker. Isn't it called the Spocker?
It's called plausible deniability. If I don't acknowledge it's happening, I don't have to worry about it being.
Ken Michelle will know.
He's already.
This is called the Spocker, right?
Andy.
That's the shocker.
Fremder.
That's the Spocker.
But yeah,
I'm sure that's somebody else's
I
joke.
love going to Comic-Con
sure.
because also half the women I'm surprised they allow in.
Oh my
No,
God!
I'm not even making a joke. Like I remember one year.
Wait, which direction? Are you going the gross direction or the incredibly hot direction?
I guess you.
Because you can go in.
Yeah, I mean, like there's this one guy last year I saw with a Spider-Man mask and his underwear. That was one guy.
Why did he Spider-Man mask in his underwear?
I don't know. I think the guy was nuts, maybe. So,
well, you could see them anyway.
So,
I said, my pajamas.
And one year I went there, and this girl showed up with green pasties and a green G-string, and that was it.
That's it.
And she was Poison Ivy. And last year the following year I went as Darth Vader. You know how they always say they have incidents at Comic-Con? I could have swore one of the girls grabbed my ass when I was Darth Vader. That's the funny part.
Maybe she did.
I would choose to remember it that way.
Well, I did feel it.
Right.
And I go like, you think it would be the other way around? No.
So when you go to conventions and everything, so you cosplay?
Yeah, all the time. I have so much fun doing it.
Right.
Last 1 year I was in a photo shoot for Star Wars. So many women in that bikini. I got a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I gotta do.
And I was a rogue
bikini.
I was a rogue Jedi.
So I can take pictures with Darth Vader.
I was a rogue Jedi in that photo shoot.
So do you like do you have go-to ones or do you add new characters that you like to cosplay as? Like, so obviously you did Darth Vader, you did sort of the roguish
Jedi. Last year I was the Winter Soldier.
Wow.
And I was Anakin Skywalker before he became Darth Vader.
Nice.
But I had my red lightsaber. I couldn't find my green one.
Right.
But 1 year as the Joker. 1 year I was the Punisher.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. The only bad thing is you get really hot in those costumes, depending on what you're wearing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think once I was a regular Jedi, and you know what the bad thing about that was? Everybody stepped on my robe all day.
That would piss me off.
Well, it was super long too.
Yeah, but still,
that's the bad thing about that. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Wear the bikini. You won't be hot.
No, I'm okay.
No,
Thank you.
You won't be hot in that physically or,
I'm okay, thanks.
Both meanings of the word.
You do it first and I'll do it.
So it might get stepped on.
But I'm going to be Superman this year and Luke Skywalker, I think.
Superman is Luke
Because
Skywalker, that's
Luke
cool.
Skywalker, Return of the Jedi, because I feel like his outfit is probably the easiest to wear. Because it's like a whole, it's more of like a suit, isn't it? More than like an actual costume.
Yeah.
But it fits better. It looks better.
If you did
Empire, it's probably easier.
If you did Return of the Empire Strikes Back, you'd have to cut your hand off.
Which version of Superman? Like, you going old school, or are you doing like one of the newer, like New 52?
One of the Christopher Reeve ones, because Andy loves those.
Oh, I was thinking about I don't know yet. I want the dark blue one because it shows less sweat, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm probably gonna be the what's his name? The guy who plays him now.
Henry Cavill.
Thank you.
I don't like the new S. Have you guys seen it for the new movie that's coming out?
I wouldn't
don't
mind
like it.
meeting Supergirl though. She's hot. What's her name?
I don't know. Hot.
The girl who plays Supergirl
the new
on TV.
Supergirl, not Helen
Melissa
Slater.
something.
Helen Slater is beautiful.
Yes,
She's still
Melissa
beautiful.
I met her once.
Massapequa.
No, not Melissa
I didn't
Ross.
meet her in Massapequa.
No, I mean that's where she's from.
It starts with an S, I think.
She's from Massapequa.
Yeah, she was on Glee.
Melissa, I can't think of her name.
And she was in one of the Jay and Silent Bob.
This is who the current Supergirl? Is
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who's on the TV series now. I forget her name. It's gonna so
Where
bug
are
me.
you?
The guy from Smallville.
Melissa Benoist.
Benoist.
Oh,
There's
I
an S
knew
in
there
there.
was like
There's an S
it's
in
like
there.
such an odd.
But she's
It
pretty
rhymes
cute
with
too.
moist.
It does.
I'm so shocked you didn't say that.
Well, it's not always about just jumping straight on it.
Yeah, it
Sometimes you have
And
to
I
work
was
it.
Spider-Man one year too.
The
I was,
Spocker.
I was a photo shoot for that one too. I was Miles Morales.
Come long and squirt.
Oh, that's a great slogan.
My son's gotten into cosplay a little bit, but he like as a old school fan of these films that I've introduced him to, so I enjoy that he makes these costumes. But it's kind of like the idea that he's wearing a costume that people aren't really going to get when he gets to the event, but for him, he's very happy he did it. Like
Right.
he put together an entire R.J. McCready costume from The Thing.
Oh wow!
He built a flamethrower. He crafted a flamethrower.
Oh,
He bought the jacket that matched. He made a hat.
Right.
Like he's so detail oriented when it comes to it. But it's like no one knew
Yeah.
he was McCready from The Thing. But
Yeah.
but he did.
30 years ago, people
Right.
would have lost their minds seeing him at a convention.
He did a costume a couple years ago. He did, and it's literally a 5-minute moment in the film in Tron Legacy.
Right.
When Flynn first arrives in the grid, he's wearing that leather jacket with the lights on the inside.
Yeah.
So my son crafted the leather jacket, lights on the inside, lights on his boots, wearing a Flynn's arcade T-shirt, like the whole thing. So cool. And I'm a proud dad, but I'm like, this is great. But 10% of the people at this convention are going to know what you're talking about, and you picked a 5-minute part of the movie.
But that's a true geek. That's
Exactly.
the soul of a geek.
Exactly. Oh, I'm thrilled.
I want it to be as obscure,
Right.
And the few people that say "What's up," those are cool dudes too.
That's
But-
like two out of 5 here don't know what you guys are talking.
Well,
yeah. Now I hate to
Yeah, it's
disappoint you,
late.
but it is time to go.
So
it is?
Yeah,
Holy cow.
It's 12:30. Before we sign off, what are your birthday plans? Bobby Manning just signed on, by the way. He says hi to everybody.
Hi.
Bobby, just in time. We're about to end. So what are your birthday plans? You having a party tomorrow?
Yeah, Dave and Buster's.
Very nice.
Nice.
A lot of people coming?
About 20, I think.
You should be very happy, by the way, because my plans for today was to make fun of the blue hair. But these guys saved
We
me.
took away all the
That's all right.
Absolutely.
Don't worry. I could have rebuttaled towards you.
Oh, I'm
It's
sure you
very
could have.
Easy.
I'm sure you.
You make it too easy sometimes.
with your one leg and everything.
You wish you had hair to color blue, you son of a gun.
I have hair.
And a leg.
You
Yeah.
just tell us I got hair in general.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Hey, when I
If it
cut
looks
this
like
off,
that,
you
I'm not
want it?
jealous. What?
When I cut it off, you want it?
No.
Okay.
No,
There
I don't
you
want
go.
blue.
Why not?
So I'll look like a Smurf or a Blue Man Group or something. I don't.
Smurfs don't have
or
Smurfs
don't have
Avatar.
blue hair.
They're blue. They're blue.
Avatar is cool.
Avatar is cool.
Well,
don't even
when
have
you
blue
guys
hair.
Even the
like
ones that have
Avatar?
hair don't.
They're blue.
I'm
They're all
fine with
just blue.
Avatar.
See,
Yeah.
there's
They have blue hair.
It didn't really do anything for me. I feel like the hero's journey and all that, like Joseph Campbell.
Before we sign off, I went to Comic-Con one year as Clark Kent, and nobody really got into
There you go. That's it.
And that's like that, and nobody's really done that before.
I'm for that. I'm for
and
that.
I'm
That
thinking
is
about,
great.
and I want
He's doing
your-
it now with a mustache. Clark Kent with a mustache.
I definitely want to do one more thing at Comic-Con. I want to get your opinion on it. Oh, these two, because you have no clue.
Not,
what I'm
not you, Tony.
Hey.
Oh wait, he's still here.
I want to be Batman from the first Superman movie. Remember where he was in the
Okay.
trench coat with the goggles?
Oh yeah.
I want to try doing that. That looks
I
like
don't
something
see why you
that like,
couldn't.
would stick out.
That's from his nightmare vision of the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
you can make that work.
That probably would be really cool.
That would be really cool. And thank you guys for having me. I'm really happy to be here. I liked hearing his different impressions. That made my day in a way.
Well, I am very happy I could do that.
Yeah. Can you say a Jedi you will be?
A Jedi you will be.
See? There we go. I like that one.
Happy birthday. You made his whole birthday.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
I remember that. I love Yoda. I think he's the best Jedi ever. You ever see him move like in all those?
Oh, yeah, like when he's against Count Dooku in the second one.
This little guy can do this?
Yeah.
You like thinking that? Wow.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
It's like a million voices screaming out, and then silence.
Once again, at the what's it called in Comac? The Star Theater
Star Playhouse, Stage 74. They are. I have the website on my head. I follow all things, but if you
go to your social media,
you go to Mr. Pop and Twist on all social media. I have links. I have a flyer on all those situations for that. If you want to see me other places, Free Comic Book Day is coming up on May the 4th. So I'll be at Comic Book Depot and most likely at the Genesis Comics and Gaming in Ronkonkoma on that day, and then 2 weekends of Into the Woods, and then I do Trek Long Island. So I got a geeky all across the board month of March, May. I keep it March, May.
Yeah. It's a month of Muterspaw.
Month of Muterspaw. That's it. Yeah.
Any shows?
Check my social medias because they are in direct conflict with.
That's right, and I don't want to get in trouble.
I won't want you to get.
Thank you very much. Don't forget September 28th.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Join Knockem Day Comedy in the Giggle Room here at Governors in Levittown. A night of Triple X trivia. We're gonna have some fun with our trivia game show. And don't forget, of course, this weekend all sorts of great comedians playing Governors Comedy Clubs. We have Mike Gaffney, Steve Rocco, Teddy Smith, Sheba Mason. The ladies of General Hospital will be here on Sunday. That's where I'll be. John Rudnitsky is playing, I think, The Brokerage. Andres Fernandez is playing McGuire's. Go to govs.com and make your reservations to some great comedy shows. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com, find out what we got going on. We have a show on May 4th as well in Plainview. We have a bunch of stuff going on, so check out our website, as well as there's information on how you can hire us for your event. And I think that's everything. Today's Friday. Tonight, Donversations. Tonight at 8 o'clock, comedian Sean Donnelly will be talking to Don. And then I think that's it. We'll be back Monday. Jules will be here with me on Monday. Cool. Yeah, haven't seen Jules in a while. All right. Thank you, pal, as always. Thank you, pal, as always. We'll see you in 9 months. Happy birthday, Dom DiBari.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
So, real quick, so you have this for 2 weeks, and then what?
Then I'm gonna cut it off.
You're cutting it off. You already have an appointment, or are you doing it yourself?
Go to the barber.
Tony is asking to cut it off for you. That's what he's doing.
I was thinking of maybe thinking about having it done in here, but
I'm surprised you really don't like that.
It's
not like a fence to hair.
No,
like,
it's not.
If you're gonna have hair, you better not do that.
It has nothing to do with it.
What's wrong with you?
It has nothing to do with it. It was just something to make fun of on the show.
Ball man.
And Joe, thanks for hanging out with us today.
You got to talk like this more often.
What chance does he get?
I hear
he got the mayor of Nassau County right here. Just
they put my picture up at work now. Now I'm on the wall of my job.
Where do you work?
Piccolo's in Belmore.
Oh, cool.
I'm the opening manager. I'm going on 20 years.
Tell them what happens now that the picture's up.
People are going to run out when they see it.
See?
Lose their appetite.
Lose their appetite. Right. Gone.
Thanks. Why don't you tell them what would happen if I became aware? Go ahead.
Should we become a waiter?
Yeah, you said they go next door because that's how...
Handwriting.
Because there's a Chinese place right next door. That's how bad my handwriting is. I go like, why can my boss read it? I asked my dad, and then he goes like, Tommy went next door to learn how to read Chinese. I was like, okay.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I know. That's
love you too.
There we go.
All right.
A lot worse.
All right.
Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys later. See ya.
Okay.
For your event today. What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
Have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
Had an awesome time.
All right.
I had a great time.
She had a great time.